What the hell? Hell in a Cell 2012 is history. What the hell happened in that match between WWE Champion CM Punk and Ryback in the Hell in a Cell cage? I thought for sure Ryback was going to take the title tonight. I mean, the general consensus of everyone was that Ryback was going to win, or somehow there had to be a DQ or something, even though there's no DQs allowed in a Hell in a Cell match. But what transpired in this particular Hell in a Cell match, I'm like, I don't know if I loved it, if I hated it, or, as you know, if you saw it, and if you didn't see it, I'm sure you've heard about it right now. CM Punk came into the ring. He was terrified, absolutely terrified, of facing the undefeated Ryback, and Ryback looked like an animal coming down the ramp there. I mean, he was just, and the fans were all in Atlanta at Phillips Arena. They were all yelling, "Feed me more, feed me more." They wanted to see him destroy CM Punk. And Paul Heyman kept assuring CM Punk, kept assuring him, "You're the best in the world. I've got confidence in you." Little did we know what the WWE had in store for us, as it looked like CM Punk was being destroyed by Ryback. CM Punk took a fire extinguisher, shot him in the face with that thing. But in the meantime, Ryback makes this great comeback, and he's ready to do his finish, and the referee goes, "Whoa, now let me back up. Let me back up." The referee, Brad Maddox. Let's rewind. Do you remember, I think it was back in August, when CM Punk was pinned and he had his foot on the ropes, and this young referee, Brad Maddox, didn't see it, and there was a whole loop, a whole storyline for weeks after that about him getting out of there, and Heyman wanted him out, and Punk wanted him to say he was the best. Okay, so now we haven't seen Maddox in a long time. Tonight, I'm looking at who's standing in between Punk and Ryback at the very beginning. I'm going like, what are they putting a new referee in there? I didn't even recognize the guy. So now we go back to the match, and Ryback has got Punk up for the finish, and this referee, Brad Maddox, goes, "Whoa," and he low blows Ryback, leading to Punk being able to beat Ryback, and he gets out of the cage. Ryback almost kills the referee. I couldn't believe that Ryback picked up, let me demonstrate, Mr. Goldberg, let me demonstrate, picks up the referee like this, over his head, and throws him into the cage. Then afterwards he goes after Punk, and are you okay? He grabs Punk and starts scaling the cage, picks him up and does his finish on the top of the cage. Unbelievable. And standing there with the thousands of fans at Phillips Arena going, "Feed me more. Feed me." I don't know if I loved it or I hated it. What did you think? Unbelievable for a finish that none of us thought. You people sent me your comments on Ryback and CM Punk for the last few weeks. Nobody saw this happening. A lot of people said that somehow Punk's going to win. A lot of people said Ryback doesn't deserve it or whatever. He wrestled okay tonight, but the finish of this match, again, I don't know if I loved it or I hated it. Leave me a message underneath here on YouTube or on OneWrestling.com. Let's go down here to my computer, and let's go over the rest of it. Well, let's go to the World Championship match between Sheamus and Big Show. I called it. I said that Big Show was going to win this one. Did you see the welts on Sheamus after that match? Now, it was a good match. It was a good match. What surprised me, though, was Ziggler not coming out and making a play for that title. I guess if you really think about it, why would he want a match against Big Show when Big Show, I don't want to say barely worked up a sweat. He did, but people wanted to know what happened to Ziggler. It would have been brave of you to come out and challenge him and try and win that title. But Alberto Del Rio and Randy Orton opened up the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Oh, by the way, some people wondered why Big Show and Sheamus wasn't in Hell in a Cell cage. Very confusing. I thought they were going to be in Hell in a Cell cage too, but they weren't. Anyway, let's rewind again. Oh, got the medics checking on my Goldberg guy over there. Take him out, guys. Neck brace, neck brace. Let's go back right now. And the start of the show was Alberto Del Rio against Randy Orton. Good match. We wanted to see if Randy Orton had the eye of the tiger back again. Yeah, he's got it. And the end when he reversed that Enziguri into the RKO, very impressive. So Randy Orton coming up with a win tonight, and no wreckage to that beautiful car that Senor Del Rio was driving tonight. When is Ricardo going to just break and get back at this guy already? Okay, let's go for the tag team titles. It was, of course, the Rhodes Scholars, Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes against Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan. And I really thought that Kane and Daniel Bryan were going to lose this time as they were arguing and fighting so much. But the finish happened with they lost by disqualification. The champions lost by disqualification here, so they keep the championship. So let's look for some more matches between Team Hell No against Rhodes and Sandow. I must say, Kane looks, he's wrestling better with Daniel Bryan as his tag team partner. He seems got this renewed vigor, and he's even doing like some flying maneuvers I hadn't seen him do. And the Rhodes Scholars are really intelligent and good together. Let's go to the Intercontinental Championship. It was Justin Gabriel. No, I'm sorry. It was Kofi Kingston against The Miz, and not a bad match. I mean, I like flying guys, and both of them were really on their game tonight. Miz tried his skull-crushing finale, but Kofi uses Trouble in Paradise with his right leg, KOs Miz, and wins the title. Now, during the match, Miz severely damaged the left leg of Kofi Kingston, and you know that's the way to beat a champion that flies, is to ground him. But even grounding him didn't get the job done because his right leg was good. You had to take both legs out to get caught. Well, congratulations, Kofi, on a really good match, and Miz too. Really good match. Okay, let's go to the United States Championship. It was Antonio Cesaro, the champion, against Justin Gabriel. The broadcasters really talked Gabriel up, but the match, they didn't really let him do much. Okay, I mean, he lost, and you know, one of the broadcasters, I think it was JBL, called him a future champion, etc. But was not a good night for him, but a good night for the United States, even though Cesaro is not from the United States. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara took on the Primetime Players in a grudge match, and during that match, it looked like Sin Cara took a bad bump and hurt himself, and later on in the match did a flying suicide dive onto his opponent near the floor. And after the match, when he got back in the ring, the trainers checked on him. He got back in the ring. He looked like his neck was stiff. I wouldn't be surprised at all to hear that he's going to be out for a little while. The Divas title, Eve retained the title, pinning Layla in the three-way. That Caitlyn was the other lady in there. And we already talked about the World Heavyweight Championship, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow night on Raw. What's going to happen with this Brad Maddox? What Vicky Guerrero is going to come out and say about this whole thing? Are they going to have a rematch tomorrow night? Maybe Ryback and CM Punk to without the Hell in a Cell. I mean, it was piece by piece. Again, I just don't know if I loved the finish or I hated the finish. Tell me what you think. Hey, before we leave on this report, I haven't done a video report in a few weeks because, again, we're redoing the whole studio here. We're going to have multi-cameras, lots of stuff going on. But my condolences go out to the family of my old friend Mike Graham, who died this past week. Very, very, very sad. And I'll do something on that later this week in my Apter thoughts. Okay, that's it for OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter. What did you think? Was it hell or were you okay with it? Go to OneWrestling.com, leave a comment, or leave a comment right here on YouTube. We'll see you at the matches, and thanks for tuning in as always.